Top of the morning to you. It's Monday the 2nd of June 2025. Anybody who watches my channel will know that I keep an eye on other YouTubers. I keep a special lookout for YouTubers who are doing very, very well on YouTube and come from Northern Ireland. Here's an example of one of these YouTube videos that I compiled about top YouTubers from Belfast / Northern Ireland, and I made this video 3 years ago. This is Joel M. He's a magician. He's one of the Blue Peter presenters, and you know, Joel is doing remarkably well. He's got 623 million views. So that's just one example. It doesn't end there. I'm discovering new people, new video YouTubers from Northern Ireland all the time, and I'm discovering new ones that are, you know, really hitting the big time. I'll get rid of myself here. This is a channel I'd never come across, and I think this is magic. This is a channel called OverSimplified. And I particularly like this channel because it is all about history, and I love a bit of history. And what these guys, the two brothers, are doing is they are taking various people and incidents back in time, and they are simplifying them. You remember whenever you were studying for your GCEs and O-level and A-level and GCSEs and all of that stuff, what you did was you tried to cram information in the final week before your examination, and you often used a wee booklet called Bite-Sized Revision, and it summarised the key points in any English literature work or key points in any history course you'd been studying, and it broke them down into key points and easy to remember points. And this channel does exactly the same. There's all about Hannibal, there's the Punic Wars, there's Napoleon, there's the Russian Revolution, and they're broken down into easily digestible bits and fun bits, fun presentations, animated. You know, this is pure magic, and each of these videos is about, you know, between 20 and 30 minutes long, so it doesn't take up your time to sit through these, but they are very, very easy to watch. There you go. The Emu Wars, the Cold War, American Revolution, Battle of Hastings. This is really, really worthwhile if you're just an amateur historian, or if you are, you know, studying for exams and with a particular emphasis on World War I or World War II or whatever. You know, this is really, really good. So what do these boys say about themselves? Well, they don't actually say an awful lot. Explaining things in an oversimplified way. But let's take a run down and see their... Now, it says that they're from the United States. Well, actually, these boys were raised in Lisburn, as far as I know. They started out in 2006. They've got 9.08 subscribers million, but they've only produced 33 videos, and they've got 1,289 million views. So what they do is they produce little pocket-sized easy digestible, fun, animated stories covering various historical events, and you can see that, you know, there's 35 million views for the Pig War, 52 million views. Well, on their channel they don't actually say an awful lot about themselves. You wouldn't know who they were. They've got 9.08 subscribers, and that's million, and they've just got 33 videos so far. So let's go to the more, and they're on all these various different outlets, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all the rest of it. And they've 1.289 million views, so that's all you can really garner there. I'll run you a wee snippet of one of these. Well, I'm showing you this type of thing. Yeah, you know, this is how they tell the stories in little fun figures, and history teachers actually are adopting some of these videos, you know, in a revision course setting. They're absolutely brilliant, the thinking behind this, and certainly caught on with the general public. I love this kind of animated approach. Very simple, straightforward, and delivered in a fun way. Maybe if our history teachers adopted this kind of style, you know, teaching history in a fun way, you know, maybe there's Rasputin there. More people would do well at history. Anyway, let's find out a wee bit about these guys. So this is where I came across them. OverSimplified, brothers on growing up in Northern Ireland to taking home top YouTube award and hitting 9 million subscribers with their, you know, their educational channel. What does it say? OverSimplified videos blend humour, history and animation in a way that's accessible and entertaining. This is really smart. This is really clever. Ian and Stuart Webster at the 29th Annual Webby Award. Right, two brothers grew up in Lisburn, have been honoured at the Oscars of the Internet for their globally acclaimed YouTube channel OverSimplified. OverSimplified videos blend history, humour, animation, tackling topics like World War II, the Cold War, Russian Revolution in a way that's accessible and entertaining. What started as a side hustle for the brothers Stuart and Ian Webster turned into a most popular history channel on YouTube, amassing over 1 billion views and 9 million subscribers. I love this. The educational value of this is just remarkable. These videos are outstanding. After moving to Northern Ireland from Washington State, where when they were children, Stuart went on to study film at Queen's University and now lives in Tokyo. While Ian went to Scotland to study and returned home to Lisburn last year. Speaking to Belfast Live, the brothers shared how they managed to create a cult following online, why they think their content has become globally successful, and what it means to them to hear their work is being used in classrooms across the world. This is, you know, what I find interesting. What makes some content a global success and other people put the same content up and it goes nowhere? But it's getting it out there. You know, you can have good content, but if you don't get it out there, then it's not going to hit the big time. Ian said Stuart started the channel back in 2016 after seeing a gap in the YouTube market. There was a creator who had a hit in Japan with a quick-paced video explaining the whole history in a short amount of time. So they looked at other people and saw what they were doing and how they were successful. He noticed there wasn't really anything like that for broader historical topics. So he went off and learned to animate himself. Excellent. And whipped up this very, very good video on World War I, loaded it in and chose the name OverSimplified. I remember him sending it to me and going, wow, and me going, wow, that's really good, and then sending it to all my friends, putting it on Reddit, and the channel overnight did pretty well immediately, which is kind of rare on YouTube. Why do some YouTube videos hit the big time and others just die a death? I'm always interested in this. The video immediately became a hit with over 50,000 views or something or other. I presume that's views in the first few days, and the subscribers followed. Yes, it was views, followed fast. From that day, so OverSimplified became a world of its own, with dedicated fans eager to learn from Stuart's informative yet highly entertaining animations. After years of pouring their hearts and souls into the channel while still working on the side, in 2018, after the World War II video, the most viewed on their YouTube page, the brothers made OverSimplified their full-time jobs and hit 1 million subscribers the following year. And of course they pick up the revenue from advertising, which is big money whenever you're talking about, you know, millions of views. Ian continued, there's such a big appetite for historical content. I think that what we do really well is the storytelling. They do. History is really interesting, but it's not always told in the most interesting of ways. True. So even as a kid I wasn't interested in it because you're hearing it in a very dry way, and that maybe and that's not maybe and maybe that's not the way a story should be told when it's told, which is what I think OverSimplified USP is. With a keen interest in both film and history, creating that first video was a light bulb moment for Stuart. He said, since I was a kid I've been super interested in history. I think it stems from our dad. When all the other friends were away off on some other vacation holiday to Spain, they were going around the battlefields in Normandy, and I loved it. Then I took A-level history at Wallace for university and it was between history and film, so it is like the two passions came together. You see the word there that came in there, passion, and that's what a whole lot of YouTubers do not have in their channel, and that's why people don't watch them. Despite the brothers growing up in Northern Ireland, fans of the channel won't be able to find an OverSimplified video on the Troubles anytime soon. Ian explained, I had a friend who worked for the historical dungeons in London, and they have a 100-year rule where they won't touch anything until it's been 100 years old or past, which is maybe a wise rule. Stuart and Ian said it's still crazy when they look at the numbers and how they've reached 9 million people or subscribers in just 9 years. And I wish these boys well. The appetite for history and learning with young people is but also grown-ups. When people ask what our demographic is, we don't really have one. We just make videos that we think are good and funny to us, and a lot of people seem to like that. So they enjoy doing what they're doing. It's really cool that we're able to be an aid as we sort of see ourselves as an entry point into historical topics. Yeah, they're not trying to cover everything. It's an entry point. That's what I hope my videos are, just to get somebody interested. They're not supposed to be perfect. They certainly aren't anyway. Like, here's a good overview, and it may be funny, it may be light-hearted, and we'll try to make it interesting, and then when they get interested they can go and do a deeper dive and learn about things. That's what I'm trying to do. Stuart said he is still getting used to meeting people from all over the world while he is travelling who know about the channel and their excitement getting to put a face to the voice in the channel. Ian joked about the time the pair were sitting in a cafe in Lisburn working on a video when someone popped over to ask if they were oversimplified, and more astonishingly added, "What are you doing in Lisburn?" He continued, "It's nice when the videos do well because there's so much effort put into them." I get that. There's a lot of effort put into these videos, and we know that schools are using them, and which adds a bit more pleasure to make sure we get the history right, or pressure. I bumped into my old history teacher one day at Wallace, and he told me that he'd been using the videos in school, so we want to up the quality every time, making it more entertaining. It's definitely nice to know it's being received well and doing well because of the effort that's gone into it. It is huge. So these boys have come from nowhere to get this Webby Award for People's Voice Award for education. And it's only fuel to the fire of OverSimplified. They're going to create more of the same quality content. Stuart concluded, "The nice thing about it is you'll never run out of history." Isn't that the truth? To make videos about, so for now it's always about deciding what's the next best topic. I love this. Oversimplified, and I can see this being moving into other areas. What about, I was just thinking in bed last night, thinking about this. This is an oversimplified history. I'm surprised that somebody hasn't come out with an oversimplified Bible, but maybe other people will look upon that as being, not good. Maybe they would see it as being blasphemous. I don't know. But it might be an idea. You could certainly do oversimplified as regards, the books on the English literature GCSE course for GCSE O level and A level. You could do a potted oversimplified type video on each of those books. Something that is easy to follow, and there's a good reminder, and there's just a reminder of what you've studied elsewhere, or gives you an insight into a book. There's all sorts of ways that this could be expanded by other YouTubers, or indeed these guys themselves. So I wish them every success. This is a tremendous channel that they have, this oversimplified channel. I love it. I love the characters, the artwork.